Well, hello and welcome back. Today we're going to drive from the top of Bar Street all the way to Coral Bay because a few people have asked us to go to Coral Bay and it's a little bit hot and it's a little bit too far to walk. What have you got to say, LaBouffe?
Hello everybody. I've got to have an attention on the road, but I am saying to you good and big hello everybody. How are you today? I hope you're all well, because we are well too. And today, as Mr. Paul mentioned, we're going for the questions of our friends.
So we're going to proceed out of Kato Paphos and head out towards Tomb of the Kings, and then through Clorica, Kisoniga, and eventually Paya, and eventually Coral Bay. Let's show you the route. So we're going to come out by the big church and the big traffic lights, aren't we?
Yes, Mr. Paul.
Yes. And as you can see, this area is a mix of modern and, should we say, scruffier older buildings. Not trying to insult anybody. And there's a few shops. Some of them are occupied and some of them are not occupied. And it was pretty much the same as this before COVID-19. In fact, it was pretty much the same as this when I arrived here in 2008. There's some new buildings been built, quite attractive, what I would call art. And there's some older buildings which I would have said were never art. But there we go. Look at those over there, LaBouffe. Aren't they beautiful?
Mr. Paul.
Yes.
Going right?
Yes, LaBouffe.
You have to guide me. You know my orientation.
Wow. Miss LaBouffe's orientation, as you're coming to understand, is not her best thing. She has many good qualities as beauty, the languages. She can cook quite well as well.
Don't get fat, Mr.
No.
Paul.
But we try not to get fat, which is why we were quite happy when COVID-19 came along, because I say $49.99 a month on a gymnasium, and now we run up and down the rocks. Correct, LaBouffe?
Yes, correct, Mr. Paul.
Yes. And Miss LaBouffe is a very good driver.
Yes, thank you for
Yes,
that,
she
Mr.
is.
Paul. I'm trying.
Yes.
I'm a gentleman, woman.
She's a very gentle
Gentle.
driver, a conscientious driver, as we'd say. She's not aggressive in any shape or form, although sometimes she can shout and say some bad words if someone cuts her up or whatever. But in general, she's not aggressive. Now, we are stuck at one of the main crossroads. Over there is what we call Russian Street, and then just over there to the left is the wonderful Mayfair Hotel. The King Jason Hotel is that way to the right. And they're the two rival hotels in what we call Mesa Paphos, our new district. There we go. Over there you've got a Shishka love store where you can buy your pipe. You'll often find the greatest mechanic in the world in there, getting some stuff, or as he calls it, shit, to put in his pipe.
Really?
Various different flavours, that sort of stuff, as you understand. This is another work of art that's slowly being constructed, and it's called the Skywalk. Now, my understanding is there will be some kind of train or tram that takes you around the historical archaeological site that it's above. And when it's finished, it will be spectacular. Unfortunately, two of the contractors over a series of years have got into financial difficulty and have closed. But my Gumbara, the Mayor, Padromus, has told me that it's started again, and hopefully this time round it will be a successful project, and in 2 or 3 years' time it'll be finished. It'll be nice. Look at that. Tomb of the Kings area. There's the Paphos Mall to our right, and then you've got various shops, hire car shops, a beauty salon, again a property seller. There's quite a few property sellers on this street again. A nice kiosk, there's a Russian shop, another property seller, and if you've got dental problems you can go up there. And then a famous bar called Ben's Bar. Unfortunately, the man who founded it has died. He died a few years ago. I did know him. He was a nice gentleman. And I think he founded that bar in about 2010, 2011. He ran it for 4 or 5 years. Unfortunately, he passed away. And now it is run by somebody else. Here we are, Tomb of the King's Road.
Talking about hire cars, Mr. Paul, because we know how important the transport can be for the tourists and for all the guests of this town or this country. What would you suggest as a hire car?
Well, it depends on what you want to do, obviously. I mean, most tourists who come to Paphos would probably hire something like a Nissan Note, a Honda Jazz. Obviously, if it's got a H on the back of it, you won't be doing too bad. and that's the kind of car they would normally hire. Some people want something bigger, maybe a big saloon like an E-Class Mercedes or a 5 Series BMW, or some want a big 4-wheel drive or a big pickup. But obviously each person has their own requirements and choice. Now, where Marika is taking us, we obviously live here and we're not trying to promote things, but if you want to hire a car, we can help you with that situation. And we are going to do a bit of a link up with the biggest car hire company, which is Pentaurus Motors in Paphos. They also have a big branch in Polis. So if you want a car, drop it in the comments or contact us and we can arrange you a preferential deal with preferential service, and you will know that you are dealing with the biggest and the best. So if something goes wrong, breakdowns, etc., etc., 24 hours a day they will respond to you. Unlike some of the smaller ones, I'm not trying to insult them, that's not what I'm trying to do, but obviously if you're more of a one-man bandish business, you can't be everywhere at the same time. So that's enough of that. If you want to hire a car, Pentaurus Motors, they're the best. Booth?
Yes, I would love to say that the cars nowadays can be different, but at the moment, at the same moment, everyone choose their own wish car. You understand? The car of dream. Maybe sometimes in their own country they cannot buy the car they would like to drive, but they can always hire.
Correct. Now that's the street we featured before. There's O'Neill's Irish pub and a few other shops, and we are proceeding along the Tomb of the Kings Road Avenue. I think it's called, we just call it Tomb of the Kings. How'd you say that? Gusto's is a restaurant over there.
Yeah.
Very nice restaurant, and does a fantastic Sunday buffet. So if you're in this area and you fancy a Sunday buffet, and I mean all sorts of things, from cooked meats to cold meats to fish, all sorts of things there. And the last time I went there last year was €25 each on a Sunday, and that included one glass of something that you wanted.
Oh,
that's pretty cheap.
I remember we've been there once.
It was very, very nice. Yeah. So here we are heading out towards the actual Tomb of the Kings, which is there. And one day we're going to go there and make a couple of videos, and it's called the Tomb of the Kings, but I'm going to take the Queen with us. And it's going to be called the Tomb of the Queens. Queens. And obviously, as you've come to understand, normally when we go and visit somewhere, it's not quite normal. So be ready for when that one happens. Here we are heading out on the final dual carriage road bit. Keep the speed down the booth, because more often than not there is a speed trap at the end.
Oh, have you said Queen of the Coins?
Queen of the Coins. I think I confused my English, yes.
My goodness.
But of course my English was never that good to start with.
It's good, yeah, exactly. It's good. Luckily you didn't say Queen Elephant. Oh, I don't want to be elephant.
We are actually coming to my favourite hotel, because when I got enough money I'm going to buy it and I'm going to rename it. How do you say it?
Well, it's King Evelton Hotel.
Yes.
And Mr. Paul says King Elephant.
Elephant. Because I'm British and we have pronunciation problems when something's in, should we say, a foreign language.
Come on, you don't judge yourself that strict. Come on. You're all right.
We're all right. That's the Aspire School. Now, in a video when we were up in Latchy, we went to Adonis Baths area of uptown Latchy, and we met a young lady who was called Angelica, correct?
Yeah.
She was a lovely lady, and she, well, young lady obviously, and she interrupted Miss Marika as she was dancing on her father's bar. But she took it very nicely, and we had a chat with her afterwards, and that's the school that she goes to. Now, in a previous video I showed you this restaurant here, Alice Land. Quite a nice restaurant, and as you can see, quite busy today. And out there is the plage. Look at that. And here we go. Here is the King, how do you say it?
Elephant.
The King Elephant Hotel. There it is. The King Elephant 5-star hotel. And what a beautiful hotel it is. And if someone's going to stay there, drop it in the comments and we'll go make, and especially for you. Am I correct?
Yes, of course. The King Evelton Hotel got its own water park area with all its of the water parks, you understand?
Well, that'll be fun. But hopefully, and I hope hopefully that they don't play that thing in the background that YouTube doesn't like. I'm just checking our radios off, and it is. Let's show you the view as we head out towards, well, we're in Lower Clorica now, and the next area we're going to come to is Kasonaga. So we'll just let you enjoy the road and the views for a minute or so. Look at that. As you can probably feel and hear, the roads are not that good, as they are in many other countries. And remember, we are in a Mercedes E-Class, which in general smooths out most things, but that bit of road back there, pretty bad.
This car been looked after very well, and if this car feels it and gives us the noises like a SOS, you understand what I mean? It means the roads are
pretty bad.
Yeah,
P&P, yeah. So here we are approaching the St. George traffic lights. So it's a crossroads, and to the left, I will show you, you can probably just see in the background there between these buildings, the St. George Hotel. Again, another beautiful hotel right on the beachfront. And if you're going to stay there, drop it in the comments, and of course, especially for you. It's a parade of shops across the road called the Shopping Mall St. George, and it's a pretty full shopping mall. There's not much else around here, and quite a lot of people living here. So there's obviously an estate agent, there's an optician's, there's a hair salon, there's a cafe, etc, etc. And then there's a lovely restaurant over there called the Angelica Saverna.
This restaurant is amazing because you know why? It's the prices are wonderful. First of all, fresh fish all the time, and mezes, Cyprus mezes, fish or meat mezes. They are amazing, beautifully done, very, very tasty. I suggest you that one.
And now we're coming to go just past where we went the other day, called the Barracus Lounge, or as Miss Archie Booth calls it, the Barracus Lounge.
Yes.
So there's one of the signs advertising the Barracus Lounge, and there it is down there, through the trees. There it is. And a beautiful place it is. If you are in this area of Paphos, don't forget to go there. Again, the road's got a bit uneven.
And very soon it's going to be amazing view. The view to die.
It is. If you stick with us for another 30 seconds or so, we're going to go past a rather nice sea view beach bar, which is hugely popular, and then the view all the way to Coral Bay. I'm going to shut up, and I'm just going to let you watch the tranquility and the beauty of the Mediterranean Sea. Wait for it. Here it comes. We're on the way. Now, if you thought that was good, it gets even better. We've now just entered Kasonaga, and another 2 kilometres, so stick with us. The sea absolutely opens up and the road drops down to the sea level, and the view, well, as Miss Christina LaBouffe has just told you, is truly spectacular. LaBouffe, what have you got to say?
A view to die for, but as we agreed, don't die alone.
No. Get on the plane and come to Cyprus, and let's die together, all of us, multi-grave, and save on the funeral costs. Here we're approaching another parade of shops. Again, some more multi-million euro villas been built. So if you're in this area, there's quite a good parade of shops. Pretty much everything you can want is here. And here we are at one of the Kisonaga Crossroad traffic lights. And this place over here, this supermarket on the left hand side, we believe has the best coffee in the Cyprus.
Cappuccinos and coffees and espressos. Wonderful.
Yes. And it's this place here. So on the way back, we'll be stopping there to get a cappuccino, because it is, in my opinion, the best. And we've been everywhere. Let me show you the view. That's the Atlantica Marie Village Paphos, a spectacular new hotel, again with its own water park. And if you're going to stay there, drop it in the comments. Obviously, hit the like, click and subscribe, and we will do an especially for you. Am I right?
Yes, of course, we will do especially for you with great pleasure. Always mentioning kindly your names and always appreciating. Thanks for that.
So we're now about to drop down to the final traffic lights before we get to Coral Bay, and the view is to die for. We will go past the Seaview Beach Bar Cafe, again hugely popular. The car park will probably be absolutely packed. Keep going on the booth. And then it's going to be a view to die for. I'll shut up until we arrive in Coral Bay. Wait for it, here it comes. There we go, the Seaview Beach Bar. What is it?
It's wow.
Wow. A view to die for.
Should we park somewhere on the left-hand side, Mr. Paul? Sure.
That's a good idea, Mr. Booth. We're not going to go to Coral Bay. We're going to pull over here and we're going to walk you and show you possibly the greatest view in the whole of Cyprus.
Guide me,
So,
please.
pull over here a bit.
To left. I'm landing on the land of paradise.
Here you go. Let's stop here. It's getting a bit rough and we're not in a four-wheel drive. And I will say, come on the booth, we've got places to go and places to see. Wait for the view, because it is to die for. Just wait for it as I walk out to the edge, and I'm going to show you something, which is one of the main reasons why people come to Cyprus. Look at that. Wow. Miss Oching, receiving the booth, what have you got to say?
Hello everybody. How nice to be here. I think that all world and all this sea and all this island was presented to us. You know what? You have to come and enjoy the views together. Thanks for watching. We love you to bits, and we will be with you, of course, with another hello everybody.
Thanks for watching. If you've damaged that car, you're going to pay for it. Let me show you the view.
Somebody's repairing the cars. Who is this?
Yes, but we don't do it for love. We do it because people pay us. So if you've damaged that car, you're paying.
I love you, baby. And if it's quite alright, I will be loving you, baby. Oh my goodness. You know, Mr. Paul, why didn't you tell me that who would be... Oh my God, I'm losing my orientation in English. I would swim here. I'm gonna have a word with you.
Dave Jono, very, very soon our views are going to go to the moon.
Hi.
Go on the booth, down you go. Try not to make a fool of yourself, because it's not April Fool's Day today. That was one of my views. So we understand that this channel is about three things. Not just our stupidity, it's about those views your views, and of course
I am a monkey, but not that monkey. If I was a real monkey, I would be. It's better to sit down.
my views. Bravo. What have you got to say, LaBoo?
Somebody is risking to fall down, making fun of me, but risking. Oh, very clever of you. Thanks for watching and stay with us. Please click and subscribe. We're gonna be with you as long as you are with us. We're loving you to bits. Bye-bye.
Let's show you the view, and we'll call you. One of these days.